police got a call from somebody complaining that there was a domestic going on in the room. So the police went, the uniform officers went, and it was just a girl and a guy as far as they knew. The girl came out, she presented herself, she was fine, just saying that she had an argument with her boyfriend. There was no reason to separate them or get them out. Their boyfriend came out, she came out by herself. So usually that's a sign that there's nothing, because that's her opportunity to tell us that, the police, something was wrong. So whatever happened, because I wasn't there, she went back in the room and the officers left. The hotel manager or the night staff that at that time saw what they believed was a gun and a guy dragging a girl back into this room. So because of that interaction, she called again. So plainclothes officers went and set up on the room to try to get an idea, check the book, see who's registered there, this sort of thing. Always registered under a female's name that's got no interaction with the police. And that's what these pimps, pedophiles, gangsters do, traffickers, they do. It's always on the female. It's always on somebody that doesn't have a record, to use their identification or their name. So they determine that there's a lot more people in this room, and now the hotel's manager is saying, no, I want them out. But the fact that there was apparently a gun scene takes it to the next level, and that's why the tactical unit were called. So we set up on the room. The floor is too high for anybody to jump, so and actually they didn't have balconies and the windows are sealed. Anyway, so we make the call. Girls out first, and then we pass them off to investigators, and they're all telling the investigators initially that they're 18, 19, whatever, because they're afraid for their lives. They're afraid that this is all going to blow over and that they're going to get the pimps, in this case, are going to get them back and they're going to get a beating. And that is what happens a lot. So we get one guy out at a time, and of course they don't bring the gun out because they know that that's not going to end well. And it's three guys, and they're from Nova Scotia, which, as I was saying, for some reason there's a lot that come from down east. They come up here, they bring the girls up here, again, because they're not known down there, or not known up here, and then pimp them out. And it turns out that the girls ranged in age from 13 or 14 to 16. Not one of them over 18. All of them from the street. All of them taken in by a guy that portrays himself as
the boyfriend.
Boyfriend material. They take you to dinner, they're going to buy you nice things. Then all of a sudden the tables turn, and it's almost like they have a manual of how to do it, and that's all part of the grooming. It's because these kids are from maybe from a broken home or run away just because they don't want the rules anymore, and they end up on the street, and then all of a sudden they get wooed by a guy. And they think it's great, and then all of a sudden that guy's got money problems now, and she's going to have to get money for him. And this is kind of typical of the way it happens. And they're like, well, I don't have a job. How do I do that? Well, all those clothes I bought you, all the parties we've been to, that thing you owe me, and then and unfortunately, you're talking these young girls, they're afraid to lose this guy.